Great, you can start.
Okay, so what I did, let me just again open this application first. So first you see, I have used a package called Cache Network Image. Let me go here, and this package is actually used to cache the image from the network. So earlier we don't use this function, at that time, every time we open the app, first of all our image get downloaded and then they are shown to the user. So for that reason, you can have a lot of issues, like you can have a high data consumption or high power usage by the application. So for overcoming that limitation, we have to use this function called cache network image. This will cache the image first time, and then if you will open the app 2 3 times, it will not download again and again. It will just cache the image and show you the results. So this was the use of cache. So in order to use, just first import this package and just go to your home page, and wherever you have used the image, like here we have used uh, this image URL, and then just wrap up with this widget called cache network image. So this widget is provided by this package, and you have to just give the URL and it will do the things automatically. So this was about the cache network image. Now if I will again restart the app, so this time the photo will appear very quickly because they are cached in the local storage. So this was the use of this cache network image package. So then for this details page, if you will open the application, you see the bigger picture of the shoes and then the price and then some dummy text. So for this, let me explain how this is working. Now if you will go to this detail page, we need some elements, like you need the URL of this image, then you need the price. For that we are using this constructor details page, and we are taking the arguments as the constructor. So like we are taking assets path, we are taking tag and price. So if you go to the home page, whenever we are calling this next page, we are passing these variables. Like here we are using this navigator to push the route to the next screen, and we are passing the variables like asset path, price and tag. Now if you scroll, there are two variables. First is the quantity. So this will keep count of the quantity. Here first we are using 0, then you can also increase it. And other thing is this boolean, which is favorite equals false. So it keeps the track or the state of this favorite icon. Like if you will click, you will see red, or if you will again click and you will see the gray again. So this will keep track of this color. Now if you will go to the build method, here we have used this size variable. It will, this size variable use this media query dot off context. It will calculate the size of your screen. Like it can calculate the height of your screen, or it can calculate the width of the screen. Then we are using this height and width in this container, and in this container we are showing this image using this decoration image widget, and then we are giving this, again we are giving cache network image so that the image is getting cached, and then we are providing it with the path. So this was about this picture. Now if you will see, there are widgets on the top of this picture. Like you have this price on the top of this, and you have this back icon and the select icon, sorry, search icon and the cart icon. So for this, again I have used this row, and then I have shown this search icon with the help of this icon widget, and then given it a icons dot search. Similarly for the shopping cart, I have used this icons dot shopping cart. Then for this back, I use this icons dot arrow back. Now, if you will go, then if you go to the bottom, there is a price, and then this $150 price. So for this, I use two text inside a column, because there first we have as text, and then again in the bottom we have again text. So for this, I used a column and used two text widgets. Show uh, first will for the price, and second with the value, how much price it is. And then I am also using the price from this constructor, like we are passing the price here, and the same price variable I'm using here. So for every image the price is different, because for this we have $95 For this we have $124. So this was about the stack. Now this is a simple text widget, so that for that I have just used a padding to give this left 16 pixels padding and right 16 pixels padding, and top and bottom also. Then I have used a child text for showing this dummy text. Now again I have given some spacing using this size box, and then I have this row function. Sorry, I have this row widget to show these four widgets. First is the remove icon, then we have zero text, then we have plus icon, then we have this heart icon. So they are also simple, just use this icon dot remove for this minus symbol. And for the text I have just uses the quantity variable, and for the plus I use this icons dot add. So now if you will click, they are increasing, and if you will click this minus, it will decrease. This is happening because I have used this on pressed function, and every time we click, this function is called, and it does increase the value of this quantity variable with the help of this plus plus operator. And if you will click this remove icon, it will decrease with the help of this minus minus icon. So this is how we are keeping track of how many items we are uh, adding or deleting. Then for showing this favorite icon, again I have used this icon button, and then icons dot favorite. For showing the color I have used this boolean, which is earlier declared on the top false. So by default it will be false. So by this ternary operator it will show gray, but if you will click, this function is called on pressed, and it will change its value from false to true, or if it's true then it will change it to false. So if this ternary operator will run, if it's true, then red color will be shown, if it's false, and then gray color will be shown. So this is how it's working. Then for this button we have used this elevated button widget, and given it a size like height 40 pixels and width double dot infinity, which means the width available in the parent. And for this text I have used this child and given it a text. Like I have given add to cart, you can give something else like add to shopping cart if you want to write it shoppi in the shopping cart and then save. So this will come here. So this was how to build this page. It's pretty simple. Now this was how you can build the app. Then told you that earlier it was not having the launcher icon. Like if you will see earlier, we were having this F image here in the place of this shoe icon. So for giving your application an icon, you have to just go to this pubspec.yaml file and add this line flutter launcher icons, and then inside the dev dependencies, and then give write this flutter icons android equals launcher icons, and then iOS true, and then you have to give the image path where your icon image lies. So I have given the assets icons shoe icon.jpg. So if I'll go to the assets, then icon, then shoe icon, so this icon I have given. Now for running this, you have to use a function called flutter pub get, and then you have to run sorry, this is not a function, this is a command. So you have to run this command first, flutter pub get, and then you have to run the other command, flutter pub run flutter launcher icons. Just run these two commands, and this will generate the flutter launcher icon. Now you can see successfully generated launcher icons. So this whenever you launch your application, this icon will be coming here. So this was how you can add the launcher icons. Now Now the thing is how to release the application. So so if you will see, this application is running in the emulator right now. But what if you want to run this application in your own devices? So if you have any Android device, for that you can create an APK with the command flutter build APK hyphen hyphen release. If you run this command, this will build the APK file for your application, and then you can copy that APK in your Android devices, and you can install it and see this app running in your own devices. So now if you see in the green, your APK is built. So for using this APK, go to this location. Let me just go. So in the desktop, I have this Flutter Festivals, and then in the day 5, I have this Kick Store. Then it says go to the build, then app, then you have to go to the outputs, then the Flutter APK, and then this Flutter release APK is your APK. So just copy it, and now in the day, let me in the Flutter Festival create a new folder, day 6. In the day 6, I will paste this APK and rename it to the Kicks Store Store AP.apk. Now you can copy this APK and paste it in your device. If you want to connect using the USB cable, you can copy and paste, or you can download it. I will push it to the GitHub. You can download it from there, and you can test this APK in your own devices. So let me just push it to the GitHub also. Git add, git commit, added APK. Now git push. So it's pushing. Now it has been pushed on the GitHub. You can verify it if you go to the Flutter Festivals, and inside the day 6 you should see this Kickstore app. So if you are watching right now, you can go to this URL. Let me also just paste it in your chat. If you want to test, you can download this APK from here and just install it in mobile phones and test this application if it's working. So if anyone does this, just write in the chat box it's working or it's not working. Now I can also see in the agenda we have apps that can be created using Flutter. So this was about the Kickstore. Now officially your Kickstore application is completed. Now you can, if you have not practiced it with me, then you can watch all the recordings on the YouTube, and you can create again this application by yourself so that you can have more practice on it. Now let me just move to the next segment without wasting any time. So first I want to show you the UI clones that I have created using Flutter, and you can also create them. So I have, if you go to my GitHub, inside this repository Flutter UI clones, if you click on this Instagram, then you will be landed here. I have used Flutter for building this Instagram. It's not fully working, like you don't have back and front end. It's just a UI clone for cloning the UI of the Instagram. So if you see, this is the home page of Instagram, this is the search page, this is the add post page, this is the likes page, this is the profile page of the Instagram. I have used the Flutter these layouts and build this Instagram. Then I have also created Spotify using in Flutter. If you will scroll down, this is the home page. Then you have this search page, and then the library. Then I have also created this WhatsApp using Flutter. You can see this is the chat page, then the status page, and then the calls page. So it's really amazing if you try. First of all, if you will try your own applications You can, if you will face a lot of problems or the errors using when you will create this application, but you don't have to worry because there's a lot of community who are available on the Stack Overflow or GitHub. They will you can search your question on the Google and you will get the answers. If you'll see, this is the YouTube clone. This is the home page, shorts page, ad page, subscription, and this is the library page. So if you want to also make these UI clones, you can try. And if you are stuck, you can see, you can take the reference from these from this repository. Now let me tell you what are the apps that you can create using Flutter and Firebase. So for as Devani told you, you have to submit your projects on the 14th, I think 15th of March, before 15th of March. So you can do one thing, you can create an e-commerce application like Amazon or Myntra. So for that application, you have to only create the UI. So like we have created in this Kickstart, you can create an Amazon, and then you can show different products, like you can show mobile phones, here you can show, you can instead of Nike you can keep mobile, instead of Adidas you can keep laptops, and you can store the data in the Firebase database, and you can show the images of that mobile phones, laptops, and other items here. Or you can create a fashion like a fashion clothing app like Mintra. You can show t-shirts or jeans or shoes is again. So you can create those apps. Then you can also create some food delivery apps like Zomato or Swiggy, where you can show different kinds of food, their prices, and their restaurants like KFC. You can show, instead of Nike, you can show KFC or other restaurants here. Then when you are done with this, then for your benefit, you can also create the notes app, where you can store the notes every day what you have to do, or the to-do list application using Flutter and Firebase. This is very simple. There will be a lot of projects online how to create this. You can refer to those resources also. If you are done with this part also, then you can move to the more advanced part, like creating a chatting applications like WhatsApp or Messenger. So this application like WhatsApp or Messenger, you can create this with the help of the Flutter and Firebase also. Firebase will be used to store the messages, and the Flutter will be used to create the UI. So these kind of projects you can create with the help of Flutter and Firebase. So this was about this, and then we have this Google Pay app breakdown. So let me just move to this section also quickly. Now, if you will go to this page, Google Pay application, let me show you how it's built. Now, if you will see the home page of this application, so first of all, they have used again the app bar. They have used this search icon to show the search icon, and then this circular image to show the profile image of the current user. Then they have this text, and then again text, then some four icons with this rounded border. So behind the scene, in this page, if you will see, there are some widgets, and the on the top of widget there is another widget. So definitely they have used the stack widget to show first of all this blue, then this text on the top of it, and then the icons on the top of it. Then there is this list view that we have also used, like this horizontal list view, but instead of text they have used these pictures. So this is a scrollable list view where they have put different pictures. Then there is a button, a raise button. So but it's rounded. You can see the online how to create rounded borders in the raise button. And after that there is again this text, and then again these circular list view where you have different businesses. Now for the second page, if you will see, you have all these list view. So we have, in our application we have used this grid view where we are showing grids of images, but you can also use list view. This is a list view widget where you can show the list of purchases or list of offers by Google. So this page is simple. And for storing how much money you have sent or how much money you have received, you can use Firebase and store this data in the Firebase. And then when your data is stored, and you can retrieve that data in your application. So this is also simple, this page. And For this managing this banking information, I don't think you can do it right now because you require a lot of a lot knowledge about the APIs uh, and the banking. So whenever you have a time to learn about APIs, do learn about them, and then if you have knowledge of API, you can use the API to fetch how much balance is there in their account, and you can show that in your application also. So this is again a list view with the purchases. They are fetched from the Firebase. Now, if you will see different kinds of services like send and receive money, it's definitely using API. If you will go to the pub.dev, like if you will search payment integration with Flutter, so you will see a lot of articles how to integrate PayPal or how to integrate different uh, payment options with your application. So if you go to the pub.dev, you can see this. This is a plugin where you can integrate different payment options. So there are a lot of payment options here. You can search on the Google. So by using those plugins, you can integrate this sending and receiving money. Then you have different other options also. I don't think they are UI related, but again, for the UI part, you can easily create using the elements that I have shown you, like row, stack, column, padding, text. But for integrating the features like how the Google Pay is actually working with the backend, you have to you need to have a lot of a lot more knowledge than this, like for, knowledge of APIs and how the things are working behind the scene. Knowledge of machine learning. Some machine learning code is also running behind this. Again, for this machine for running the machine learning models, there's a feature in this Firebase, this machine learning. Here you can store your model and you can use that machine learning model in your application. So whenever you learn about the machine learning, then do integrate this feature also with your application. So uh, is there anything else left? I guess no. Divani, is there anything else left with our agenda?
No, I don't think so, but I'd like to make here an announcement here. So, as you all can see, Tabish showed us what are the prospects of Flutter development, what are the types of apps that you can create on your own. So, we will be giving you an assignment kind of thing, and in this assignment, you have to submit a basic application that you create by 15th March. If you genuinely work on it, we can give you an extension as well. If you face any troubles, you can reach out to Tabish. He has already shared his LinkedIn. He can share it again. Tabish, share your LinkedIn again.
Sure, sure.
I'll just stop the recording.